Thank you for stopping by. Hope everybody's having a good day. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And don't forget to hit the notification button so that you get alerted when I make videos like this for my truck and my other cars. So today we're going to be reviewing and installing the Gen Toyota auto dimming rear view mirror. This is a frameless mirror that has a garage door opener built in because, as you know, some of our Tacomas don't have a garage door opener installed from the factory. So we either have to carry the button around or we have to install a third-party switch or something like that. I went ahead and purchased this mirror because it's got a garage door opener built in, and it is right there, as you can see. So there's the 3 little buttons, and like I said, it already has the auto dimming feature, and what I love about it is that it is frameless, meaning that there's no black border or anything like that. What you see here is what comes with the mirror. You have a wiring harness in case you want to wire the mirror directly to the fuse box, and you've got an adapter here that plugs into that right there. These wires were connected. I went ahead and disconnected them, or actually cut them, I'm sorry, and put some connectors on because I test fit this mirror to make sure it works before I made a video or anything like that. So right now we're going to be going through the installation process and basically wiring it up to the existing wires that are above the console where the sunroof switch is and things like that. What I did here was I went ahead and joined the red and the yellow wire together because I wanted a constant power source. I wanted a switched power source because I didn't want the garage door opener to have power when the ignition was off, or basically when the car is sitting outside, because I didn't want somebody to, break into my truck and then, be able to get inside my garage. So I went ahead and joined these 2 wires together. In this setup here, yellow is the constant power and red is the switched power, and then obviously the black is the ground right here. So go ahead, enjoy as I install this mirror. Basically it'll be a step-by-step process on exactly what to do, removing the old mirror, removing the console, finding the wires in there, and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it right here and go inside the truck and remove the overhead console and the old mirror. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and remove the mirror from the windshield, and we're going to go ahead and, I'm going to walk you through how to unplug the wire harness that'll be hanging from above the overhead console. What you're going to want to do first is remove the mirror using a T20 Torx, and once you have it removed, it'll be a lot easier to unplug this wire harness because you can undo it, and then basically as it's hanging there, you can use your other hand to press down on this clip right there. I don't know how well you can see it right there, but that clip basically is upward right here where it goes in. So it's kind of awkward if you were to try to do it with the mirror already mounted on the windshield. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's a lot easier once you remove the mirror. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and remove the mirror from the windshield, set it aside, and then we're going to go ahead and remove the overhead console. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and remove the overhead console with all the buttons and the lights. This is pretty intimidating to do if you've never done this before, but it's really, really easy to do, and I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the process on how to do that. I'll actually go ahead and do it while it's recording, just so you can kind of see how easy it is to do. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab it right about here, get your fingers underneath there. It's really easy to do. As you can see, it kind of pushes up and you can get your fingers in there. And what you're going to want to do is just grab it and just pull. Really easy to do. And then you just kind of be gentle with it and then just pull out, and it's basically undone. And then what you're going to want to do is unplug that wiring harness right there, just like that. And then it's out, and just set it aside. So what I did here is I went ahead and pulled that wire through the console there. This is the same wire that was connected to the OEM mirror that was hanging right about here earlier that you saw. I went ahead and pulled it out, and I peeled back the protective plastic covering, and I found the wires that I need to tap into. Now this white wire, which is a white with a black stripe on it, is the ground wire, and then this tan wire is the switched power. This blue wire, I'm not so sure. Like I said, I really didn't take the interest in figuring out a constant power and a switched power. I went on Tacoma World and I saw that that somebody had wired a radar detector, I believe it was, or something along those lines, and they basically indicated what these wires were, and that's what I used. And what I did here is I used these T-taps. I know a lot of people don't like these, but I've never had a problem with these as long as you you secure them from moving, so the wire doesn't constantly move or break as time goes on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and connect these ends to those T-taps. So the black wire is going to connect to the white wire, and then this wire right here, which is two wires in one, which is the yellow wire and red wire, is going to connect to this tan T-tap right there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've done a lot here. As you can see, what I did was, as I indicated earlier, I went ahead and connected these wires here together using these T-taps. And as indicated earlier, the black wire connects to the white and black striped wire, and then the red and yellow wire connect to this tan wire right there. This right here, you're not going to need any longer. This is the original connector that went to the OEM mirror. You're just going to want to tape the ends and just set it aside in an area where it's not going to rattle when you button everything up together, up in the overhead console, up in that area right there. And this is the connector that connects onto the new mirror, which I'll walk through here in just a second. But I want to walk through the mirror in itself. So I went ahead and mounted the mirror, and as you can see here, it's it's on there. It's pretty snug. And mounting it is just like how you took the old mirror off. You slide it back on and you tighten the screw. One word of caution, and this has never happened to me, but hopefully it never happens and it doesn't happen to anybody else either. Just be careful when you're screwing this in here. But you don't want to tighten it too much because you don't want to crack your windshield or anything like that. You will also notice that the OEM mirror will have a wire hanging. What I did was I went ahead and just fed that wire through the original hole that was in the liner, and I put this cap back on so it kind of hides the wire behind the windshield there. This came originally on the OEM mirror, so this is one thing that that you're going to remove when you disassemble the mirror. So now what you're going to do is, this is the same wire that comes through there, and it goes that right there, and you're just going to connect this onto there. That's it. Everything should work. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and just tidy everything back up in there, make sure there's no rattles or anything like that, and then we'll go through the functionality of the mirror. Okay, so before we start the demo, I want to show you guys real quick what my overhead console looks like now that I've cleaned the wires up. And as you can see, it doesn't even look like that there was a custom install or anything like that in here. I went ahead and made sure that the wires weren't going to get in the way of the console being reattached, and that the wires wouldn't rattle or anything like that. I had this old packing material from I think a shipment of something that I received. I went ahead and used this to wrap around the connectors so that they wouldn't rattle up against the metal or any other plastic component. And I went ahead and taped the wires to an existing loom or something like that. As you can see, like right there, there's one of the connectors right there, as you can see. I don't know if you can make that out, but right there, and then there's another bank of connectors right there. So they're all kind of out of the way. What's key is that you want to make sure that it's out of the way of these holes right there, there, and there, because that's where the overhead console attaches. You want to stand clear of that so that you know, you don't pinch a wire or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach the overhead console back, and we'll go ahead and do the demo next. So here's a quick demo of the mirror. Right now the car is in the on position as if it were running. As you can see, there's a green indicator light right there. What that green indicator light is basically telling you is that the auto dimming feature is on. So I'll demonstrate that real quick. So right there it dims, and then when I take the light off, it undims, and then I'll put the light back on, it dims. And if you don't want it to dim, all you do is you press that button right there, the light turns off, and it won't dim. And I'll turn it back on, and now it's dimming. And the garage door functionality is very simple. There's 3 different buttons here, you know, that you can program 3 different garage doors. And I have mine programmed to this button right here, so I'll press it, the garage door opens. I'll press it again, it pauses, and then it closes. So simple functionality, and you know, just like I said earlier in the video, this is powered so that when the car is on, it only receives power. So when I turn the car off, press these buttons, nothing happens. And it retains the memory so that when I press it back to turn the car on, the green light's on, showing that it has power, and the garage door functions. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I'll go ahead and link all the products that I used to install the frameless garage door opener mirror in the description below. And if you want to see more content like this, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification icon. Hope everybody has a great day, and good luck installing this. Thank you.